Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a model that launched in 2021 in 2021 pieces, a limited edition for the 140th anniversary of Seiko. This is the Grand Seiko Quartz GMT SBGN023. So the watch is stainless steel and 40 millimeters in diameter. It's 13.9 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. The case itself is just 46.5 millimeters across the wrist, but with the bracelet end links, it's a more robust 50.7 millimeters across the wrist with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and the watch is easy to wear. Now, it's broad across the wrist thanks to the bracelet end links, but if you were to put this on a strap, you could wear it on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. On the bracelet, I think it could be worn on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and you can see that on my wrist, it's absolutely a cinch to wear, no problem at all, and low enough that it's actually going to fit underneath a lot of shirt sleeves and certainly all jackets. Taking a quick look at the bracelet, this is Grand Seiko, I think, channeling its inner Rolex oyster. Though they are different in detail, you can see that there's a little bit of a fastening at the end of the links, both the center links and the flanking links. There's also a rolled bevel on the side. The flanks are polished, the tops are satinated, and then you can see removable links are fixed by screws here, and we have a half link on each side for fine-tuning the size, a single fold deployant with twin trigger release, and then a case that has an interesting multifaceted satinated and polished polyhedron form. Now, this includes the Zaratsu polish technique that is often mentioned in the same breath as Grand Seiko watches, and that's a technique for polishing the polished surfaces directly against a spinning tin plate, holding it there and using eye-hand coordination to achieve an optically smooth mirrored surface. It takes about 3 years to learn. It is a manual finishing technique, and it accounts for this watch being partially handcrafted, something rarely found in Swiss watches in this price range. Now, the case is steel, and the bezel is ceramic for scratch resistance. You can see that the 24-hour scale for the second time zone is in the bezel. The crown is off-centered. It is a screw-down crown. The watch is 200 meters water resistant, and it's ambidextrous because of the placement of the crown. You can also see that there is a inboard gold and sort of matte black night portion of the 24-hour scale. So it's bifurcated, one semicircle in gold, that's your daytime, and then one in black, those are the nighttime hours. There is an elaborate brown bronze metallic sunburst with deep striations. This isn't a normal brushed sunburst. This actually has texture. The hands at center are a combination of polished faceted sides and satin finished tops, and then the individual indices are all bright polished. We'll take a quick look at the lume, and it's generous. You can see that the 24-hour hand is a contrasting blue to make it easier to judge separately, even in the dark. Now, the watch features a caliber derived from the 9F series. This is 9F86, and while there's not much to see underneath the case back, you can see there is a solid gold medallion, and this watch features, as the case mentions, 18-karat gold, ceramic, and steel. So, what can I tell you about 9F86? Well, it's a quartz movement with a 3-year power reserve that has a 2-second jumping end-of-life indicator towards the tail end, but that's not the sexy part. The sexy part is that it is accurate to plus or minus 10 seconds per year. Remember, a standard quartz watch is about 15 seconds per month. This is 10 seconds per year. It is thermocompensated, a feature found on elite quartz movements that makes it less sensitive to the effect of hot or cold on its timekeeping. It features stop seconds. It features dual time in 12-hour and 24-hour format, and it features a quartz trimmer internally, so over time quartz crystals will age and drift, and that can be corrected manually by a Grand Seiko watchmaker using the quartz trimmer. Finally, it uses a twin pulse system so that the twin pulses of torque to the seconds hand allow the hands altogether to use less energy and be longer rather than short cropped the way many quartz hands are. And there's a lash adjustment system that ensures the hand always matches up precisely with the index. So it is a very high-tech quartz movement, one of the finest in the world, and actually superior to what would be considered to a quartz chronometer by Swiss COSC standards. This is an exceptional timekeeper, and if you have any doubts about the luxury status of quartz, know this. This movement is watchmaker assembled, and when the time comes, it will be watchmaker serviced and returned to you, designed to last not just the lifetime of the owner, but the lifetime of the watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.